Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. I'm Violet. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. So today's tutorial, I'm going to share with you how I made this beautiful Valentine's wreath. Also, this metal lantern you can use anywhere in your home. The first one we're going to be making is our Valentine's wreath. What you need is one of these wooden wreaths that you can get at Dollar Tree, and they're usually the natural tone color, and I just decided to spray paint mine red just to give it a different color. And then I'm going to use some of these felt roses that are at Dollar Tree, and they come 6 in a package. And I'm also going to use some of this black and white checker ribbon and just a few other items that I kind of play with once I decide to start making my wreath. So after you spray paint your wreath and allow it to dry, you're going to go ahead and get any kind of ribbon you want, depending on what style you're going for, and you're going to make a simple bow. And as you can see, I just wrapped around some ribbon twice, and then I cut the tails with some more ribbon, and then just wrap some jute twine around to make a simple bow. Mine is going to be in my kitchen. I have a mirror that I kind of place different wreaths all year round. So I typically like to make some cute smaller ones, wreaths for indoors as well as outdoors. And this one again is going to be in my kitchen, so I just wanted to make it a cute farmhouse style, but I didn't want that natural wood color, and that's why I decided to spray paint mine. Let me know if you guys have spray painted these wooden wreaths before. For some reason, the only color I've ever spray painted these was white. And now that I spray painted mine red, I'm loving it. So I know for Easter, I'll be spray painting one for pink, maybe even a different color as well. I'm still kind of deciding on what color I'm going to use for Easter in my kitchen. Let me know if you guys are going to decide to do more of a different color or different tones for Easter. What style are you going to go for? I'm thinking I'm going to do maybe a lime green this year with a little bit of pink. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll see how things go, and I'm sure I'll be sharing a few more tutorials on Easter decor as well, so stay tuned for those too. So once I made my bow and tied it onto my wreath, I decided to go ahead and get one of these stems of greenery that again from Dollar Tree, and I just tied it onto my wreath. That way I can easily remove it and change it up maybe next year if I don't want to use this kind of style as well, but I do want to make the wreath a different color or a different style. Then after I added my greenery, I just went along and decided to add some white roses just throughout my greenery. Basically, you can add as many as you like or as little. I ended up adding about the whole package, I believe, once I was completely done. Then I grabbed some of these wooden twig hearts from Dollar Tree that I had from an extra project, and I just glued them onto my wreath, which to me made it pop, and I love the way it looked. It made it more farmhouse style. Even a boho look would be pretty if you didn't want it to spray paint it red and leave it the natural wood wreath. That would be more of a boho style kind of wreath. So once I was done with everything, I thought it needed a little bit extra, so I just grabbed some of this ribbon that says I picked your love or something like that. I can't even remember now, but it's from Dollar Tree as well. And I just made a simple bow and I glued it on to my black and white checkered ribbon bow. And just adjust everything, make sure everything looks perfect for you, and there it is. So for our second DIY, I made this lantern. Now this lantern, I'm going to put some potpourri in it once I do get the colors that I want. But what I decided to do was use some of these wooden snakes that you could get at Dollar Tree in the toy department area. Now I've had these for a while, but I do know they still have them. And I saw them in the crafting area at Dollar Tree also. And I also saw some fishes. So just something that you guys might not know of, but these are there. So what I did was I removed the head piece of the snake and also the tail piece. So I'm just using the piece that's kind of cut up that you can adjust and move. And it's really simple. It just has like some string that attaches everything together. So once I cut those two pieces off, I just glued it onto one of my baskets. Now these are the gold metal baskets from Dollar Tree. You can spray paint it if you want. You can use, whatever color you like. I just wanted to keep it gold just to make it more of a neutral color so I can kind of place it around in different areas of my home. So what I did was just add some hot glue along the rim of my basket, and then I attached my snake onto it, or the wood piece. Now I am going to let you know, when I made this project, I did use just my hot glue gun, but after a few days of it being in my home and me kind of moving it around and playing with it, I did notice that it would pop off of here and there in different areas. So I did remove just the hot glue, and I added dots of hot glue and also some E6000 along the rim of my basket. So I would recommend you add some kind of permanent glue, just to make sure that it does permanently attach to the metal, not just use your hot glue gun, unless you plan to just place it one place and basically not move it around, or you want to reuse this and take it apart maybe later on down the line. But if you want it more permanent, use some E6000. So after I did those two snakes, and as you can see, I just cut the second one to size. I'm just going to add again some hot glue on top, but again I do recommend E6000 as well, and then glue my second basket. Then I let this dry before I went on to my next step, which is grab some pliers, and I just moved some of the metal pieces off of the bottom, or what's going to be the top of my lantern. So you can cut off all the top part or just a small square like I did, depending on what you want to place in here. Since I was just planning on pouring potpourri and adding a candle, I didn't need that big opening, so I just cut the center square out of my top part of my lantern. And there you have it. Now you can leave it as is. As you can see, I'm just kind of moving all the little pieces of the metal that were extra. I didn't want them to be so sharp and poking out. Then, like I said, you could leave it as is. I decided to make some handles. You can use the wooden snake piece that you still have left over for handles if you want this to be more just a wooden style. But I decided to get this white nautical rope, or its beige color, and just make a handle with this. So all I did was just kind of wrap it around itself, add some hot glue to attach it to the sides of my lantern, and just adjust the length depending on how long you want your handle to be. Once you decide on the length, just go ahead and cut it and do the same thing you did to the first side. I just love decorating with lanterns. There's so many different ways you can use them. You know, you can use them by adding some potpourri. You can add candles, just some keepsakes, you know, down to some ball ornaments for Christmas. There's just so many different ways to use lanterns. I know I even had one in my bathroom for a few years with some bars of soap. So there's so many different ways. So hopefully you guys will enjoy using this lantern in your home. So after I was done adding my handle, I decided to go ahead and get some of this faux leather from Dollar Tree ribbon, and I just cut a little piece just to wrap it around the edge so you won't see where I glued my ribbon or rope to my lantern, just to give it more of that final finished look. And I just wrapped it around tightly and add a little bit of glue to attach it to my handle. Then I went ahead and did it to the next side as well. If you don't have this faux leather, you can easily use jute twine or even the same kind of nautical rope and just wrap it around there. So here is your final product. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.